What's up, you all? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back. Excuse my hair today because it was hair day and I ain't combed it yet. I just washed it. Okay, so now we out here with the whole fro. All right. Anyways, so welcome on in. Welcome on in. It's your girl Jay, and you're back for another round of Ready to Love, and we are here again. Season 8, we finally got consensus on what season it is. They had to tell us what season it is. It is season 8, so we finally got it together. We are in Dallas, and yes, I missed last week. I was in Cabo, okay? I was living my best life, not worried about these folks or their intros, all right? I was trying to stay afloat from all them shots I took. Woo, child, Cabo was lit, baby. Cabo was lit. So as you guys come on in, because I want to make this kind of quick, I just want to get a couple of quick thoughts off my head real quick before my baby come home and I got to move cars around. So y'all get up in here, come say hi to your girl, throw me some green hearts in the chat because y'all see the lime green is my color. All right. So y'all go ahead and do that for me one time. If you up in here, you're live with me and y'all ready to get into the BS that is called Ready to Love. Oh, what is this hair string? I don't know what's going on here. What is this? I'm being attacked. All right. But yeah. Come on in. Simmer on in. I would tell y'all simmer down, but I like when y'all active with me because I like to be going. All right. Moving off them things. Let me stop before I hurt my knees while I'm sitting down. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a happy Saturday. You guys probably transferring over from J Dubs down. Oh, Lord, hold on. My newest little fur baby is over here chewing on plastic. Hold up, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, son. You want to come say hi to the people? You want to come say hi? You want to come talk your talk and speak your speech? Keep things out your mouth, son, okay? That's not the kind of household I'm running over here. Get it together. Anyways, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Saturday. If not, you are here and you shall begin to have a wonderful Saturday night, okay? Son, keep things out your mouth. We got to work on this. It's not a whole house. Jesus. Anyways, as you guys enter the room, please do me a favor. If you do not throw the hearts in the chat because you're here now and you're watching this on the replay, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't hit the notification bell, please hit the notification bell because I randomly do this. Because that's just how my life is. It's random and it's not structured. And it need to be a little bit more structured because you guys like structure, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm a work in progress. I admit I have flaws, all right? I'm not perfect. So I need y'all to work with me while I work on me, all right? Hey, Ajoba. Girl, you know I'm... Ajoba, child, I'm going to work on it. Work with me. Hey, Patrice. Going to Cabo for a wedding next spring. Any tips for the city girls from Chicago? Girl, have fun. Okay, springtime. I don't really know what the weather is like down there. I'm assuming that Cabo is like year-round good. Plenty. Make sure you bring some comfortable shoes because there's going to be plenty of walking in all excursions or anything else that you do. Dress for the weather. Like I said, I don't really know what the weather is, so check on it. I know it was hot as a... right now, okay? During the summer, it's hot, all right? So we was just sweating from looking outside, okay? So be prepared for that. But just bring you some ready to party weather clothes because it's always a turn up. Trust me, Mexico is always a turn up. Everybody tends to go there year round to have them some good old fun. Drink plenty of water because tequila is plenty. Tequila is plenty. And trust you will have plenty. So drink you a lot of water. I don't know where you're staying at. I would say resort food is not the best, but local foods, I can tell you some places that you can go while you're there. Great food off the plantation, okay? Great food off the plantation. I mean, we had Italian food one night, So great. Had the locals, another, and then there was a nice farm to table that we really enjoyed that was out there. So everything that is on their farm, they grow and they cook it there for you. And it was so beautiful. And of course, every last drink was good. By that time, though, I done drunk too much and I couldn't really take anymore. Pace yourself. That's another good tip. Pace yourself on the drinks, okay? Child, I had a time in my life. I wish I could have captured it for y'all, but I'm not great at recording and being drunk. I'm going to tell you now, I am not that great at it, okay? You might have got a lot of floor shots. So here we are, season 8, episode 2. Demeter, don't, child, the hair is fresh out the water, okay? So it's doing what it's doing right now, and I need to come because I got work in the morning. I can't even go in with this puff like this. This is, yeah, I got to tame this wild beast. Latasha, hey, girl, hey. All right, so we got episode 2. It starts off with, of course, Habibi, which I like to call him. I was calling him Prince Ali on Sabrina's channel, but I think, as I think about it, that's a little too esteemed. That's a little too high class for him. You know, Prince Ali had worked his way up the rankings. But I'm going to give Habibi Jafar. Okay, so from this point on, he will be known as Jafar, okay, who wanted to be the prince, who wanted to be the king, who wanted to be so much more than what he was, but he was an imposter. So that's what Habibi will be known as from now on. Jafar, okay? Jafar from Not So Far. So Jafar and Brandon are up for elimination. And of course, as we all predicted, Jafar stays. Yay. Okay, this is directly to Brandon. Baby, you did nothing wrong. You stated your truth, and I appreciate every little bit of it. You weren't rude like Jafar in stating any of your truth. You weren't disrespectful like Jafar in any of your truth. For children or for a lot of women, especially those that don't have any. However, a person that wants to be married and may or may not have kids and don't mind co-parenting and being a bonus parent to your children will come along soon enough, and just be patient. Trust me, you fine, baby. Them DMs is about to be blowing up. I damn near slid them to them myself, but then I had to remember. Okay, I had to reel myself back in now. My old ways was creeping out, but I had to reel myself back in. You almost got me, Brandon. You almost got me in trouble. Watch yourself, buddy. Okay? Watch yourself. Anyway, we got Jafar for one more week. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on. We get to the next mixer, and we got a little bit more about Marvin. As he continues to talk, everybody believes that Marvin is a red flag. And of course, it seems kind of crazy that a man who's sitting here writing exotic novels, as well as setting up dungeons for people to be tied up and everything, and running around saying that he's a dominant and this, that, and the third. It sounds crazy in the world that we live in today, especially when men are always talking about women be submissive. Generally, in the bedroom, that's where, you want to be submissive. You want a man to be a little bit dominant, but some of us is not always cool with being tied up and just letting a stranger do whatever, so, okay, I know in 50 Shades of Grey, it worked, the Caucasians tend to like that without knowing you, you know what I'm saying? Us color people, us color folks tend to be a little hesitant on letting strangers tie us up. The last time that happened, y'all know, 500 years later, here we are. So you got to ease people into that. I understand that. One thing about Dallas men, they going to tell their truths. Okay, I commend them on that. They are going to tell their truths if they don't do nothing else. Okay, their truth is going to be on display. So I'm not mad at you actually sharing your little kinks and quirks of what you into. However, I believe that sometimes you should wait a little bit before you start divulging such information on, I want to tie you up and run feathers up and down you and all these things. Now it sounds great in the proper setting, when I get to know you, how Sierra said it later on, the girls downstairs is clapping for you. That's when you tell me about these things. Because see, therefore, I'm a little bit more interested in figuring out if I can get out of your ties or not. If you got a Boy Scout knot, or if you got one of those, loop the loops or whatever, how you tie me up. Is it going to burn me a little bit or not? Am I have marks on my arms when I wake up? Just wait. Hold off just a little bit. Now, Unique, though, on the other hand, oddly or not, she like it. We love it. She want to figure out how you get tied up and strung up and done up in all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? But this is funny, though, because last week she didn't like Red for his job, called him a thought job for being a DJ and a comedian. Now, here's a kicker. Yes, women throw themselves at DJs and comedians, and vice versa for female DJs and comedians. Men throw themselves at them. So it's not that it's a thought job. It just puts you in proximity of a lot of access to thoughts. Not necessarily saying that you are the thought, but we'll get into that a little bit later. She don't mind the erotic book writer, though, who says most of his writing is from experience, meaning that he has actively wrote and done these things. Okay. I mean, I said it on Sabrina's channel last week. When women find you attractive, the things we'll do. Now, men, on the other hand, when they find you attractive, they put up with the crazy. Us women, we put up with our own form of crazy, which is accepting some work that we would call other people a thought for. So we're gonna have to work on that, Unique. Okay, sis. All right, you might want to get it together. What you say, Patrice? Is it me, or did the show pick characters and not men who are ready to love? More than half the men are red flags, and we're just watching the second episode. Now, I say it's a bit of both. Because of course they've picked characters, and TV has a structure. A lot of times, even reality TV, they have a structure. They have certain characters that they go for. And when you go into acting classes, you learn this. I don't necessarily know the characters for reality TV that they pick outside of, you want the villain, you want like usually a lovable characters, but that's pretty standard across the board for television. However, they do pick people to fit certain roles that they hope that, so they can get a reaction out of folks. And I do agree that a lot of the men are red flags, but you got to remember they are single. And they're single for a reason. So we're just getting an intensified view of these people because it's edited down, of course. So we get us in the edited version, because a lot of times we go out, and if I'm being honest with myself, I go out and I say some outlandish stuff sometimes. I'm not gonna even lie. When I be out on dates, if I'm interacting with somebody I like, if I just met, baby, I'm not about to hold none of y'all. I could sometimes be a plum fool out here. Y'all see how I be just on here, and I'm not even trying to F none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so imagine catching me and then editing down parts of things that I said, and you don't have the full context. So there's that as well. So we all have red flags. Some of them are not as glaring as others. And of course, when we get the edited versions, a lot of times we're just getting what the editors keep chopping up. And so we keep seeing it. Like I said, I do commend the men for being honest like this, but there's a time in the season for a lot of honesty, you know what I'm saying, and transparency. It's hard to say, because these people, when they come and they do interviews later on, they tell you how long they've been there. They've been talking to each other for hours. And so a lot of conversation, it just derives of us having to sit here and talk for a long time and figure out things to say after we've been talking to each other for so long. And we don't know what they're going to edit. So I don't want to totally fault them on it just yet. Later on, though, like as the girls are fighting, that's a whole different story, because those are definitely some other red flags we'll talk about. Because there were some things mentioned in the middle of that back and forth with Janelle and Tequila that I think are actual red flags and things that are character flaws that they need to work on, both ladies. Okay. But yeah, as I really, sit here and think about it, they sit for hours talking to each other and we just don't know. And so, of course, the TV is going to give us what they want to give us because they're trying to make a show, keep us entertained. Because as much as we like to say we don't want drama, if we got a show without the drama, then we'd be like, it's boring. This season sucked. They didn't give any what it needed to give. You can't please everybody, child. You know what I'm saying? So the editor's going to do what they want to do at this point. They're getting paid. So they said, F us, and y'all going to get what y'all get. There we are. Okay. Now, Habibi and Tequila and who is this? Janelle, Red, and Kira and Paul go on a group date. And so they're on the group date, and it seemed to be going good for a minute, and then Janelle arrived. Now, I'm not saying Janelle changed the mood a whole lot. Hey, Danielle. Glad you're here too, girl. I'm glad I'm here. Let me stop. What I was saying, they're on a group date, and I don't know if it was just me or when Janelle came on, the energy kind of shifted a little bit. And I get it. She came in, and they looked like they had kind of been bonding already. And they came in, as soon as she came in, they was asking her questions. So it seemed like she was in a hot seat. So I kind of get where she was like, oh, y'all just jumping in right at me. At the same time, I be watching people's body language and stuff. And so I could see a little bit of distance that she was keeping, especially from Habibi and whatever. Oops, excuse me, Jafari. She was keeping some distance from Jafari. And I was trying to watch. I had to replay it a couple of times. So she did come in with her jacket over her shoulder, covering up her tatas, and her purse was wrapped around her. So I noticed when she was speaking to Jafari later on, her jacket was off, but that's because she took her purse off and then she rewrapped it across her chest. Now, my part in this right here, where I don't totally disagree, but this is people's free will, is not pulling him aside at least and addressing to him about the comment that he made. Because honestly, I do not doubt he made that comment, especially from how his behavior has been throughout the two damn episodes we've seen, how his behavior has been. It's been just piss poor trash. Jafar, you are every bit of Jafar. You know how he was all up on Princess Jasmine, and really think about it. Princess Jasmine was a daggone minor, and Jafar was clearly a old man, you old perv. Okay, that was just disgusting, ill. But just how his mouth been in two damn episodes, I have no doubt that he said that to Janelle. However, the context of how he said it is sounding like it was passing, because he feels like they never had a conversation. And she's like, we did. So that means that he made that slick little comment he thought was under his breath in passing. They didn't even get a full conversation. So he was bold enough to make that comment to a person that he hadn't even spoken to. Because according to him, they didn't even speak yet. So you're so out of control, sir. So out of control. And that's not even to fail to mention the stuff that you start to say in the middle of this date to your actual potential. Like, this person actually likes you, and you proceed to tell her you broke up with your girlfriend because she wouldn't give you some head. I'm sorry, excuse me. You didn't break up with your girlfriend. You cheated on her because she wouldn't give you some head. Sir, and a plethora of women, just break up with her. You could have just broke up with her, but that's not even, I hate to even think that he's telling the truth, because he wasn't telling the truth. And I know deep down in my spirit, he wasn't telling the full truth. That was part of the truth. But for the fact that he started off saying that I just get a woman in whatever city that I am. Sir, just be honest in this whole total moment and say you cheated just because you could. Cheated because I wanted to. Cheated because there was women everywhere I went and they just throwing themselves on me and I have no self-control. That would have actually been better. And if Tequila still wanted to go after that, I wouldn't even feel some type of way. It's just like, yeah, okay, because he is being completely blunt honest. And maybe he has changed. But the fact that he gonna follow that up to say that was a final lesson that I had to learn. So you got so many more lessons to learn, like how to shut your mouth up, how to not say everything that comes to the top of your mind, how to stop asking people if they feeling you because they're not. Stop embarrassing yourself, sir. Have some class. Have some coof. God, dang it. If your parents is watching this, they should feel shamed. Okay? Seriously. I generally like my homeboys being real and addressing things as is or whatever, but you was too much. And I really feel like you were just trying to be here for shock value. Like, I don't think you are serious. You ever won't love like a real relationship. And I don't know if you love yourself enough to even be serious enough to have somebody love you. Let's just be for real, because you want to sit here and claim a whole nother country without even having citizenship in that country. If you show me paperwork, I'll take this one statement back. If you show me paperwork that you have citizenship in Dubai, any Arabic country, that you actually have citizenship to be trying to claim that country, I'll take back that I think you a whole god daggone lie. Okay, Jafar? Jafar is the closest you're going to get to being Arabic, okay? Let's just be for real. But yeah, he was all the way, what y'all say, Mr. Demeter Joe, all the way out of pocket. Okay, them pockets was ripped out the jeans by this point. This boy here, child, he had wrecked all my nerves, and I have never ever like been so appalled by somebody so early off. Like, never been so appalled by somebody so early off. Like, I generally don't mind a man saying some crazy stuff, because like I say crazy stuff, but the stuff that was just coming out of his mouth, I'm like, are you freaking, do you hear yourself? Do you actually hear yourself right now? You're such a turnoff. You are, and the sad thing is, he is not a bad looking brother. Like, he really is not a bad looking brother. I don't know what he looked like from under here, like with that off. You know what I'm saying? Because he could be a totally different. You know, when men had that hat off, it'd be a totally different thing. Woo, some men look good in hats, and they take them off. You be like, put it back on. You know what I'm saying? A little Neo action going on. But he's not a bad looking brother, at least with that on. So I'm just like, shut up. Shut up. Maybe just talk to your saxophone, okay? Don't talk to us directly. Just talk to your saxophone, okay? If you was out here getting cooch like that, brother, you had to be shutting up the whole time, because I cannot see women actually sitting in a room with you for more than 5 minutes and you talking like this, and they just be like, oh, I want to throw it at you. And I mean sober. So everybody, I believe, have to be under the influence, okay? I just really believe they have to be under the influence to be effing around with you. Hell, I needed to be under influence just to hear you speak. Dang, took me all the way back to Cabo. I was ready to die off some tequila listening to you. Jesus. Yeah, we definitely need to see him with that scarf off. It might be a whole different thing. Oh, child, listen, I'm trying to imagine him bald. It depends on how his head is shaped. He might still be all right if he bald. And I'm thinking he might be, because I see J-Dub over there struggling, trying to keep it on his head. And he got a little hair up there. So he might be bald while it's sat on there, so right. I don't know. But I can guarantee you, he is not disrespecting them women over there like that. Because I can't see them people. I can't see them men over there having him disrespect they women like that. Ugh, child, child. If Jafar want to come up here and tell me that he out here disrespecting women this much, okay. So, anyways, and I need somebody to tell me later on, because I didn't finish rewatching that part because I was trying to go back to him and Sierra later on. But I'm trying to clarify, did he tell Sierra that he was born or raised in Louisiana? Because I'm like, you a damn lie, because in the first episode you told us that you was from Dallas, Arlington to be exact. Okay. Okay, Jafar, you out here scamming the people now. You're scamming the people. Anyways, let me move on. So Red and Kira and Paul and Janelle, they over there playing the football bowling. You know, this is something I would do. I kind of like this little date. I ain't gonna lie. There's some activities I like, you know what I'm saying? Get to throw the little football, throw your arm out, throw your shoulder out while you try to hit some bowling pins. I'm not mad at it. But I am concerned with Janelle. Okay, so last week she told us that she had abandonment issues and she could sit here and you leave the room and where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Okay, no, sis. No. We're not about to play in our face right now, okay? And your butt is a little, you got some jealousy issues, you got some insecurities. And I hate the fact that you are so freaking beautiful and have really, really on the first base get to know you, because last week you was on my top. Get to know you personality. You have a really good one. But this week's personality, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you would. Nah, I'm not about to go there with my Geminis because y'all be ready to come for me or whatever and stuff like that or whatever. But I don't know if you got some little other personalities going on. But this week's, the way you was coming at the women, I really was disgusted by it, okay? Because this one thing, I got insecurities, okay? I got insecurities, but I ain't never had to sit here and down another woman and make myself good. My insecurities don't work like that. Okay, I big up other women before I sit there and down you to make myself look better. Because what works for you works for you. My insecurities tell me you just ain't found what works for you yet, Jay. Keep searching. My insecurities don't sit there and figure out how to tear you down to make myself look better in somebody's eyes. If I don't look good in his eyes already, he ain't for me. That's how I think. If he don't see me better than I see myself, he ain't for me. So ain't no way I gotta sit here and keep coming at other women on the low key to get some dude's attention. She got his attention. Keep it, sis. That's you. Congrats. You got a fine looking man. But that's where he want to be. Let him be. So while he over there playing with Kira, don't be sitting here telling him, just watch. Because all he doing is letting you know what type of man he actually is. Just sit there and watch. Don't correct him. He grown. He don't need to be checked and monitorized and all this stuff like that. Y'all not even in a relationship for all that. He grown. You in the stages of watch him and learn from his actions. Everything he's telling you, combine that with his actions, you'll find out the truth. That's where you need to be at. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. I was like, this is all the way to the gutter. Like, what are we doing? Most of the men already like you in the first. So why are you even worried about dimming your light? I mean, dimming other women's light to make you seem better in these men's eyes? They was all praising you already. And Red over here laughing at it or whatever and stuff. And he not, Red, you need to pay attention, okay? First of all, that insecurity gonna get you in trouble because the type of job you got, that'll be a fight every single night you come home. Every single night you come home, that's going to be a fight. And if she don't even trust you in this setting to watch how you move and let you do you so she can see how you might potentially behave out in the world, she going to believe that she got her dude that won't be doing this stuff. And then one night she going to come out with you and it's going to be a fight. So you need to watch out yourself, okay? She already trying to tell y'all she got abandonment issues, meaning that she a clinger. She got some insecurities. We all got them. I get it or whatever. But some people's insecurities are a bit much and they start fights. Trust and believe when I tell you this, they start fights. I done seen plenty of people's insecurities start fight, and you're going to tap into hers even more, and y'all going to be fighting. And she look like she can square up. So keep on playing, Red. You're going to be joking about how a woman done whooped you behind. Play if you want to, okay? Because she done told you, She trying to treat you like your baby. Keep your hands off of that. Woo, child. What you say? I'm starting to believe that most men like toxic behavior until it becomes, well, that's what Tequila told you. Tequila told you that these men secretly be liking toxic. They like, now, I will tell you this, and I do agree that they like you to be somewhat possessive of them, but they don't want you to possess them because that's their role. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they need to be possessing you or whatever. They really, girl, let me tell you a secret. Men really be trying to think that they possess us, child. And when they find out, I never thought you would do that. Like, okay. What you should have been thinking. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they crazy. All right. Men crazy. Y'all be seeing how Kojo be liking all these little toxic women and all this stuff like that. They like healthy toxic though. Real men like healthy toxic. They like knowing that you won't let them step too far out their boundaries, but you trust them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that healthy toxic. Like, you know, like if they get to talking a little too crazy in front of people and stuff like that, like y'all can do that in public. We can talk a little Ike and Tina in public and in private. But when we get in public, like, you better get it together, bro. Who you talking to? Okay. You lost your mind over there, bro. Calm down. Okay. Chill. You know what I'm saying? They like you to check them a little bit, but I'm trying to say, okay, Red gonna have a problem. He keep going down this wrong road, Red, wrong road. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Who else is going on this date? Oh yeah, Tequila. Okay, so we got another toxic issue about Tequila, okay? Because Tequila in the beginning of the day told Paul, you know, we had a little issue. You didn't talk to me or whatever and Paul has stated, no, it was because you started off with the sex. And recall how that went down. He started off with the sex. She asked him a sex question. He gave her answer. She backed up off him. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to say this. I know you're saying Cornelius and Camille, but we got the edited version. And I have met them both in person and stuff. And it's nothing like that. It's very respectful and loving. And like, they're really two people that's at peace with each other or whatever. But if you mean in the healthy toxic, yeah. Yeah, like she's like, that's my man. That's my man. Thank you, sis. That's me. Yeah, that's definitely if you mean it in that or whatever. Oh, no, that was toxic. That's the toxic I'm referring to. Red need to run away from because Morgan and Tony is a hot daggone mess. Okay, they want to be together or whatever. This you do you, boo, but they a hot mess. You know, the most extreme of the healthy toxic, I would say, would probably be Swayze and Kadian, because they got a mouth. They both got a mouth on each other, but there's a form of respect somewhere in there that they kind of know how to reel each other in. Morgan and Tony don't know how to reel each other in. And see the problem too. Red says something to Unique later on, basically saying that if you go a certain direction, I'm gonna go a certain direction. So if you give me certain energy, I'm gonna match your energy. That's never good. Okay, when a man is saying that, like, generally when you say that to strangers out in the world. Like if I walk by you and you give me a dirty look, well, I'm gonna give you a dirty look back. If you give me a nice pleasant, hey, how you doing, I'm gonna speak back to you. But in a relationship, a man matching my energy, I'm emotional. I'm a woman. Okay, most of us, not all, most of us, 85% of the time are working out of the emotions of it all. So you're going to match my emotions as a lead of the house. So you guys want to be, that's enough. You cannot match my emotions. You got to be able to be the calm one. You got to be able to be the rational one. You got to be able to be the logical one. When things is getting heated, you got to be able to be the calm one. Because if you get heated, then I'm going to heat up some more. Then you going to heat up some more. And then we both going to be busting down doors in the house. That don't make no daggone sense. Two toxic people can't be together. And that's what I'm saying. Red is talking about he going to match people's energy, whatever energy you going to give me. Okay, well, so y'all going to be blowing up at the club because when she got to going off on y'all about some chick that came up to your booth asking you to spin a record, and she thinking it's something else or whatever, and you can't check it and say, hey, chill, it wasn't that, Bob. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. I know what you look like. That's why I say, like, for Camille and Cornelius, like, if we are to believe that Camille's energy is like that all the time, Cornelius' demeanor is very calm and chill. Always related to is this one gay couple that I met way back in the day, but I met them in a good terms. They was partying or whatnot, but one half of the couple was turned up. He was in there just going, grooving. He meet everybody. He's just this. And the other one was just chill. And he was calm, but he was pleasant too, or whatever. But he's just like, that's my baby. I know how he is. He turned up, but he's the calm one. See, if they both on the floor turned up, they don't know how to turn each other down when it needs to be turned down. You can't snatch that one back up when he get too drunk or whatever. He's there calm, watching his boo, while his boo twirl around and do his thing and turn up all over the floor and potentially keeping him out of trouble. That's what you need in a relationship. You need a man that's going to keep you out of trouble, not create more trouble with you because your energy is on this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Child, look. I can't figure out what he looked like to me, baby. I've been trying to figure it out or whatever and stuff like that. It's like Red got some features that if you take it off and you put it somewhere else, like on somebody else, then they can work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because I'm a mouth person or whatever. And something about the shape of his mouth I like. But it's just like weird everything together. But, to each his own, to each his own, to each his own. Hey, I'm glad you're here too, baby. How you doing? Whew. Yeah, I agree with you. Toxic can only get you so far. It's not cute anymore. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays when we all actually accepting therapy and being better forms of ourselves. Even me, like my petty is dumbed down so much. And I used to be on that stuff. Red used to be on whatever energy you want to give me, I give you back. But I had a great mentor who was telling me, like, you can't keep doing it. You can't keep holding people's energy like that. You just got to move in your lane and just keep moving. When people come with you with that energy, just, you know what I'm saying? That little football move or whatever, that little Heisman move, they tell you, just block them out the way. Just keep them moving. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep competing with these people on this energy because that keeps you on that same plane instead of you increasing. And ever since then, I swear to God, my life has just been like chill. I'll ignore you so daggone fast. You come with me with that energy. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to go there. So I'm happy. You be miserable by yourself. Move around. Thank you. What you say? You really trying to compute? I feel like it's the shape of it. Yeah, it is. It is. I was looking at it today too, and I was like, if you weren't bald, but then I'm like, you're going to go bald anyway because I could see the hairline. Like, so. They are. And see, I don't get me wrong. I use toxic a lot. That's just my go-to word. Okay. I'm not about to be calling people narc and all that stuff. That's not me or whatever, but I could definitely call you toxic in a minute. But you know what? Like I always say, it takes two things to make a toxin, to make something toxic or make a toxin, period. So it's like the combination of me and you might be toxic together. You might be great in other settings with other people. But how I look at it, like Red and Janelle, over time, like they do have great conversations together. They seem to be aligned in how their toxicity works. But I think over time, the combination of them two, if there's not like real healthy dialogue, a real healthy form of communication and understanding between the two of them, it can get bad. I really do believe it can get bad. And so we'll see over time. Anyways, let me move on. Because like I said, I wasn't trying to be up here super long, but y'all know I get to run in my mouth and y'all like talking to y'all. Y'all like talking to me. So we'll be here. But yeah, to get on to that Red out for that date, and then we get on to the date with Red and Unique. Oh wait, that was back at the mixer actually. So Red wants to sit here and try to figure out why Unique called him his job a thought job or whatnot. So basically, in translation, calling him a thought. So he relates it to saying, well, if my job is a thought job, then yours is too. Now, here's my problem. And it's more so towards Unique in this situation. If you were calling his job a thought job and not the man, you should not be offended by what he is saying to you right now. Because technically, how he wants to look at it, saying that you're in production, you be around a lot of people, you this, that, you have access to all of these people too. And people have access to you, because don't get me wrong, producers do have groupies. People will research and figure out who is producing this show and that and all this stuff for the third, because their groupies are for game, a different type of game. They're not just for, oh, I see you and this, that. They have groupies and people that want to be up under them because they want either a job, a position, or access to people. So just like there are a lot of people that will be coming for Unique. She's a beautiful woman, just the same. And so I feel like you cannot be offended if you were actually speaking about the job title that he holds and not him. Now, if you were actually talking about him, yes, I can see why now when he says, well, your job is a thought job too, why you feel offended. So just as much as you like to say, oh, I can't believe the comedian can't take a little whatever. First of all, most comedians cannot take a joke. Let's be for real. Their job is to tell jokes. And I tell y'all one time, I'm close friends to the Tories. One in particular, Guy is not my favorite, but Guy likes to joke. I mean, not Guy, that's oh my God, Guy gonna kill me. Guy, I love you, boo. I'm talking about your brother. Joe is not my favorite. Joe is, oh God, don't kill me. I love you. Joe is not my favorite of the bunch, okay? But Joe likes to get on stage, and instead of telling jokes, he likes to crack jokes on people. Now, one thing Joe don't like is people cracking jokes back at him. Okay? So the moral of that story is, just because I'm a comedian and I tell jokes don't mean I like to be joked about. Telling jokes and being clowned is two different things. Now, if he gets on stage, I don't know what type of jokes Red tells. I don't know if he sit there and just talk mess about people and pick people out the audience, or if he actually has material and it's real life stuff that he has made funny. I have never seen his stand up before. I do not know. So that would determine on what type of jokester he is. Is he a Guy Tori or is he a Dave Chappelle? I mean, damn it, Guy, you must be thinking about you. I'm gonna call you, okay? Because you must be thinking about me while your name keep coming in my mouth. It depends on if he's a Joe Torre or if he is a Dave Chappelle. Okay, that's the difference. One of them tells stories in a funny way. The other one just cracks jokes on people. So I don't really know. If he cracks jokes on people, then yes, I get you, sis. He should be able to sit there and take whatever you say to him. However, you weren't joking. Let's be honest. You weren't joking. You were being for real. You think his job is a thought job. And all you had to do is say, I apologize for that. Let me explain what I mean by this. And it could be simplified as, I'm not calling you a thought. I'm saying the particular line of work has access to a whole bunch of women, and it's potentially meaning you can F around anytime you want to, because women are going to be throwing themselves at you. So don't sit here and say this man shouldn't be insecure and all this stuff like that. And just because he tells jokes, he should be okay with you actually calling him or his work a thought. No, you're disrespecting that man. And so that's why you feel disrespected in return when he says, well, your job is one too. That is so funny. That's so childish too. I just thought about it. You're this. No, you're one too. I'm gonna tell my mommy. Y'all both grow up, okay? Both of y'all. Because the fact I'm gonna tell him to grow up is the fact you're gonna sit there and say I'm gonna match energies, and maybe I should just be off you. And if this, and you're not my person, child, I what he do that for? Because the way she got up had me in tears, baby. She had me in tears because she said, "Well, okay." And took her drink and walked off. I said, why you do that to yourself, sir? You just, I just thought about it again. You embarrassed the heck out of yourself. Now, that wasn't comedy, boy, that was a comedic moment right there, right there, right there. The timing of it all was hilarious because she got up and proceeded to walk off the screen, okay? That was hilarious. Like, what? I am not your person. And deuces. So we ain't got to worry about matching energies no more. Bye bye. So that hopefully is the last conversation. But production will play in our face and put you guys on a date again together later on. So yay, production. Yay. I'm gonna get some pom-poms for y'all. What you say? You saying that all you saying is that they run in the same circles. So what he gives her the right to call him? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all running in the same circles, y'all seeing the same people. So that's what he's like. If that's the case, we both some thoughts. Let's thought it up together. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Most people don't appreciate when somebody degrades or defames their profession. Another one's trying to be slick and didn't like their response. And that's so true. You can't sit here and tell me something I've been working from the ground up is this, that, and the third. Now, it does have these perks. You know what I'm saying? I might take advantage of here and there, but that's not what I did this for. I didn't do this for just solely to be running around here chasing women or having women chase me. Come on, sis. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Because to be honest with you, the thought jobs is really at the hospital. Okay, there's some other thought jobs really that's out here. Heck, at my job alone, working in the kitchen, I done seen a lot of thought action going on, and I'm just like, oh. But that's not my business to tell, so let me hush, okay? They might be watching this. They know who they are. Moving on. So back on the date. When I was sit there, oh no, I mentioned that already about Habib and Janelle not addressing him right then and there. But I personally feel like, just real quick, I really feel like she should have at least addressed him. If she felt uncomfortable addressing him privately, I would have just addressed him in front of everybody. So I wish she would have kind of just said something there, because then it wouldn't. Later on, like I said, I don't doubt that he said it, because just his personality alone. But later on, the way she comes out, and it could be editing, but it almost comes out as if she was waiting for somebody to be like, oh, well, Habib is this and that. Of course, that somebody is Tequila, but she's waiting on them to say he's this, that, and third before she addressed what he actually did. Because Tequila was at the date, so she could have easily said it then. She could have easily put her to the side and said, hey, sis, I know you feeling this dude, but let me tell you what he said to me. It was a lot of moments, but that's neither here nor there. She chose the time that she wanted to say it. It was a little sus, but like I said, after all his actions in 2 freaking days, maybe even 3, I do believe he actually said what he said to her in some type, form, or fashion. Okay, because he has been inappropriately insulting damn near every woman on here. Okay, at this point. Now, group date number 2, Aries had put it together. It was her, Sierra, Jennifer, Chris, Quentin, and Herbert. I actually really love this date. Okay, first of all, I love me a good house party date. I love to cook. I love to be at home and entertaining folks or whatever. So Aries girl, call me, because we and you to get together, and you can pour the drinks and I can make the food, child. We can turn it up, okay? I actually really like this date. And the reason why I like this date, because I didn't get no sense of internal or external competition from anybody during this whole thing. It was, let's just get to know each other, make our rounds up in here. You know what I'm saying? Who you start to connect with, who you start to pull to, you start getting information from them or whatnot. I liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. This has been one of the most refreshing group dates in a long time, because we haven't had it where it's been these secret undercutting jabs to somebody else. Thank you, editing, for giving us this, okay? Because I know if y'all had something, y'all would have gave us some other stuff. But thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Um, Sierra and Herbert talk. They, of course, they get to the line of sex. So, we always on ready to lust instead of ready to love. However, she mentions that she's practicing abstinence and she's almost at her 1 year mark. Now, I always get it confused. Is abstinence saying I'm going to wait until sex, or is that celibacy? I ain't never practiced either one of them purposely. So I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say not purposely. It's just if I practice it, it's because I was not dating anybody at the time. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. I haven't just been dating people and practicing it or none of that stuff. And I probably should do better in my life, but here I am now, and it's too late. God understands me. I will repent when the day comes. I know my consequences. Okay, y'all don't judge me. I already got my judgment coming from God, and I don't care about y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all now. But however, she's practicing it, and Herb is kind of like, I don't know about it. I'm not gonna work on it. But you know what? I think so. This is the only reason I ask this question, because I always get them confused, because one of them stronger than the other. I feel like abstinence is a bit stronger than the other. Like celibacy is just something that people, I think, want to do for some period of time, and then abstinence is more all the way up until marriage. She's going on her 1 year mark. Listen, after a month, I can go. After a month. If I don't get none within a month, and that means that I ain't talking to nobody. And if I'm talking to somebody and I ain't getting none in a month, child, I can go some months without hounding you about it. However, I understand why they are having such a connection that they having, because child, she said he make the girls downstairs clap. So she's percolating and tingling, and that's our new word in my friend group, percolating. That's another story for another day, how we got that word to be that. But she percolating downstairs, and she ready to go for Herbert, and he's saying all the right things. But unfortunately, I think she might have said the wrong thing, saying that she practicing the abstinence, because he kind of like, pause. Now, Herb, I'm going to sit here and tell you, don't be getting people drunk when they're trying to drive home and they got to go home, okay? That's not what you do. Now, if you're trying to get her drunk to stay, I understand. But the girl clearly says she's leaving, and then you're going to talk about I'm going to walk you out. So I hope you had a very long conversation outside, so she wouldn't be drunk driving home. But luckily for her, she kind of spilled half the shot on her, so she didn't probably drink it at all anyway, because it looked like after she spilled it on her, she was like, yeah. And then on top of it, it looked like it was some dark liquor. I hope it was tequila, because if it wasn't, yeah, I wouldn't be taking shots with y'all anyway. That's just me. I'm not a fan of the dark, unless it's whiskey. That's as dark as I'm going. Now, if it's a dark, tall, dark, and handsome, I might drink them down, okay? I like them tall, dark, and handsome. Anyways, Aries and Quentin, they're having their conversation. I'm loving the body language. However, they got to talking about the age difference. And so my only concern, like especially from a person that's coming from dating a few people that was my what I would say, my junior, I was a senior to their junior, or even a senior to their sophomore, because I wasn't to their freshman, maybe one, maybe I was that much older than one. Trying to think back. But anyways, as an older woman who has dated younger men, the problem does come in as far as wanting more children. So at the age that I was dating younger men, it was more up into my 30s, and they were like in their 20s. So I was still more open to having children, of course, but I was still like looking at them like, I want you to live your life, because I done lived some of mine, and I don't want you to be feeling like I done cut you off too soon from it. So there's some differences. And, from watching, what is this, couples retreat with Fallon and her dude, Jalen or whatnot, there's a lot of differences that go on sometimes in some, and it's very, very rare. Not saying it doesn't happen, because, like I say, two of the three that I have dated in the past were very mature. And to be honest with you, if I didn't ask, I would have never guessed their age to be, and vice versa, because I'd be immature as hell sometimes. Okay, so they probably thought I was young as hell. So yeah, it's not bad. But when children come to play, and I believe Aries has two boys already, and Quentin stated in the first episode he wanted three children. And I don't think necessarily to be a bonus dad to two and make one more, but it's possible. Now, if that works for him, there's a lot of potential here, because maybe Aries is still young enough to have another. And because people are exercising so many options these days, as far as like having surrogates or adopting or whatnot, um, there's so many possibilities that if this blooms and the connection goes right, and everything aligns for them, that yes, this can work. But right now, I really love their body language with each other. I love the way they're open and communicating with each other, and she's not shying away from him being so young and just turning him off so easily. So I get it. I'm not mad at it. But the kids is going to be a big factor. So I think they do need to have a real serious conversation going forward if they're going to really make this thing a thing. As far as, what do you see having kids like? Are you totally closed off to having more kids? How many more would you like to have? Are you okay with being a bonus dad and potentially only having one of your own, and yada yada yada? So those conversations must definitely be had if they're going to pursue anymore. Chris and Jennifer, great start in episode one. Continue that great start in this conversation by not talking about necessarily being physical with each other, but actually getting to know his background, his heritage, because he, of course, stated that he wants a woman to accept his heritage as much as he goes, as much as him. So this is a great start to me, as far as the conversation going, of her saying, "Oh, I overheard you talking about arranged marriages. Tell me a little bit more about that." Especially because in America, we don't really do that much. So that is an interesting learn to have. Like, if you can tell me some more of how that actually works, how does it go? Is there a dowry, everything like that. So I was not mad at their conversation and actually getting to know each other. What you say? I just know there has to be some issues that Aries with a big age gap like that, but it can work. Yeah, there can be some issues. But sometimes you find people that are like just wiser than their years mentally, that they've been experiencing a lot of things. And so you just never know. Yeah, I did like their conversation too. It was, because I was interested. It was interesting for me to even learn about it. It's like, you over here and they still sending you candidates and all this, and it's just like, pick one. Because a lot of times I'm even shocked to realize that they're even like, pick, because it's still arranged marriage at the end of the day, and they're still giving you some options. So when we look at it on Coming to America, that he had one option and that was it. So it was just like, okay. Anyways, let me move on. But yeah, I like that everybody was respectfully booed up on this group date. Everybody's conversation was pretty legit. No real problems there. So Habibi and Jafar and Sierra go on their date. And I was just like, child, you giving him a chance. Okay, do you, sis? You see a little something. You've been around him. He didn't rub you all the way wrong at both the mixers. So do you? You said, she did say though in episode one, when they was Tommy asked her about stuff, she was like, he on my bumper. But I guess because a little bit of him pursuing her a bit, that's a little bit of a turn on to some people. So that probably is like, well, let me find out what all the rest of these ladies is kind of saying. Let me see some more, because you're on my bumper, but I ain't really been paying attention to you. So let me give you a shot. So I commend her for trying. Child, she better than me, because I don't know, but I guess he never said nothing totally offensive to her prior. So they get on this date. It starts going good. They going in there and they talking or whatever. And here's where I need to go back and listen to it again. I'm gonna go listen to it again later on. But he said something about being raised or born in Louisiana or somewhere. I feel like he said somewhere in Louisiana, but I'm thinking that I over misheard it, and he's saying somewhere in Dallas. I'm gonna have to do a little research on it, because I'm like, sir, when she's saying that, yeah, I'm Creole, and my mama used to, I taught her how to crack crawfish at 4 or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, I was born here and all this stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, Dallas folks, Houston folks, a lot of Texan folks do a lot of stuff that Louisiana folks do, because a lot of us Louisiana folks have migrated to Texas, and on top of it, we take a lot of our culture down there from time to time, because a lot of our people move down there, and we take a lot of our culture down there. And so like crawfish and all these things is not too far-fetched to be up in Dallas. However, it's not bigly known like that. So I'm just like, sir, you reaching for straws and you bonding like in a way you don't really need to bond. Just be you, bro. Just be real. Okay. And so he sit there and they get to talk about that, and he basically say, your mama ain't ish. Child, date over. Okay, that was the end of that day real quick. She was like, check please, we need to go, because I'm about ready to box you right now. We about to be up in here and we about to throw down, because you're talking about my mama, and I just told you don't play with Leslie. Okay, when she called her mama by her name, you don't play with her. Okay, don't say nothing against that woman. Okay, because she called her mama by her. She didn't say my mama. She didn't say mama. She called that lady by Leslie. She said, don't play about her. She warned you. And there you go. Your ass not listening, and you're doing what you want to do, and out here talking crazy to another woman. She warned you about Leslie. And see, Leslie Jr. about to whoop off in your ass. Okay? Now if she had whooped off in you, you would have deserved it. Okay, Jafar? Yeah, he gonna catch one. He gonna catch somebody's hands. Okay, and I think she would have definitely put them paws on him real quick. Okay, because she was ready. I seen her think about it about a few times. Like, if these cameras weren't on, I would have boxed you up about my mama right about now. Hell, I was ready to box him up for her mama. Shoot, I don't even know the lady. I don't know Leslie, but I know Leslie demands respect. Okay, with the K, capital. Okay. Anyway, this fool, the date is over now. That's over. Quentin and Lee go on a beautiful little date. Okay, I ain't gonna say much on their date. Only that Q, I'm talking to you, baby. Don't be out here talking about, because listen. I loves me some men's, God knows I do. But Leslie body is bad, okay? Hell, she got women on her and her social media, men on her social media, everybody giving that a like. Trust me, everybody giving that a like, okay? Mama works for that body, okay? I'm not playing. She not playing. Everybody giving that a like. I hope you are for real about you not insecure about the likes. And I mean this in a way of not totally addressing her, but being petty, because I know how some of y'all trainers do. Trust me, I dated a Quentin trainer who was an ex-football player, happened to be from Atlanta though. So that's a whole different Quentin. So I ain't got to worry about it. But petty as hell, because they'll sit here and act like they ain't bothered by this, that, and the third, but then out here doing the most. And that's why they're going to act like they're not bothered by it, but they being bothered by it is going to lead them to do the most. Okay, so don't sit here and tell this woman, oh, I'm secure as long as you coming home to me and I'm doing what I'm doing. That means, and vice versa, as long as she coming home to do you and taking care of you and doing what she doing, that means don't jump your ass out in that damn street either. Don't get big head because you got a like or two on your damn page either. Okay, don't be playing with these people. She look like she'll put you in a headlock with them legs. You don't want to play with that, okay? Well, y'all know women are strong down below, and if you get in a headlock by them legs, it's over for you, Q. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So be sure you are confident in the fact that she gets attention on social media, because there's no way that she's not, as a personal trainer, going to post herself up there and show her results to her clients, which is her. and baby got results. Okay. Now the ladies' lounge, Lee showed us them damn results because baby, that damn dress, she had me thinking like I can get a little boob job so I can be able to wear that dress the same way. But then I was like, damn, I got to work out on the legs still too, and I ain't doing no BBL, so I ain't taking that much of a shortcut. I might increase the tie-ties. Matter of fact, I can tape the dress down in a certain way to make it look like I got the tie-ties girls right. You know what I'm saying? I can get it right, but I got to get these legs back together. So Lee, I need a favor. I need the leg workout pan, the lower body workout pan from the abs on down. Okay. I need that. I need that for real. All right. Because that dress that you had on, and I be wanting to wear them little t-shirt dresses. I ain't going to lie. But the way that you wore it, child, I let you have it, baby. You got that. I don't even know if I want to try to even attempt to put one on now. Because shit, I felt all kind of shame. I miss my basketball days. God dang it. Because oh, child, I got to get in the gym. She is so motivating. Yeah, damn, that body is beautiful. I'm not going to even play with you. I'm not going to hold y'all. That body is beautiful. She be working the heck out. Child, full focus, attention. Matter of fact, I might need to be single for the rest of my life to work out all the time so I can have a body like that. That's what I probably need to do. Because if being single and being focused makes you have a body like that, I need to get myself together and be focused and be for the streets. If I get a body like that, child, y'all ain't gonna be able to keep me off the damn streets, child. This is probably why I done aged out this little body right now. That's probably why God is like, calm yourself down. So you just don't know how to act. You got to sit down. I try to give you a child, and you still didn't sit down. And now I got to sit you all the way down. Let me take a little thigh away from you. Yes, there. Yes, body is top down tier. Okay, child. I hope they don't try to get the fighting with Lee up in the damn ladies' lounge. Child. Now y'all don't want that. Okay. If y'all didn't see her little intro tape with her lifting the weights, y'all might want to be careful. She gonna lift one of y'all up. Y'all slow down talking to Lee crazy, okay? Slow down. You know what I'm saying? She might be on a little creatine too. I don't know. Y'all slow down. Anyways, the ladies start talking about who they like, the usual stuff that they do up in the lounge and all that. Tequila and Kira claim that Quentin likes white women. Now, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all, especially the way that he beeline to Janelle when they was on the second mixer and how he's definitely been on Lee since day one. I didn't get that. And like Lee said, I am the most chocolatest thing up in here. And baby wants him a soft serve icing of this, like a double scoop of this right here. So yeah, I didn't get that. So I do believe that was just reaching for stars. And especially from Tequila when he was being nice and saying, I haven't picked nobody. Baby, it's day 2. And he probably didn't get to talk to everybody on day 1. So yeah, no, he don't have nobody yet. And your specific question was, do you like me? And he reeled it back to say, I haven't settled down. Like I haven't really chose anybody yet. So that was a nice way to let you know, no, sis, not really feeling you like that. Okay. Or just a nice way to say, I'm still working my way around the room. Back up. Okay, he didn't say I like white women or I don't fancy anybody here or all you bros can go to whatever. He didn't say none of that. He just simply said, I haven't attached myself to nobody up in here. So calm down. And then Puss in Boots, Kira, sweetie, yes, you might be the most whitewashed, because you done did the Dallas cheerleader things, and I know how most of the team is white and this, that, and the third, and y'all, yeah, no, sis, okay, you're technically not the whitest there, all right. Personality wise, maybe I have to figure out some more personalities there, but you're really not. At the same time, that doesn't mean he likes white women, and because he's not into you. If you were the most whitest there, I would think he would be more into you. So make it make sense. Me too, see? Me too. I was like, huh? The logic is just not logicking. The math ain't mathing. Something ain't right and it ain't cleaning the water. So I just didn't get it. So I was just like, y'all just taking jabs because this man is basically not showing true interest in you. And he is one of like maybe the top tierest brothers there since y'all done kicked Brandon off. So I could have took some more Brandon and Habib. God dang, what is wrong? Producers, I'm gonna blame y'all because I think y'all did that. Shoot. They definitely was starting mess. Definitely was starting to mess up in there. I didn't understand it, but you know what? I looked at it too. I went back and I thought about it. Both those women have a problem. Vice versa. I'm gonna say it this way though, because these are two making the claims towards him. They both have a problem with Janelle, but Janelle was coming at them both a lot. So I can see that him being one of Janelle's picks makes him a little bit of an easy target to say that to. So oh, there you go with your I'm about to hurt you. See, well, how you gonna throw Dr. Umar up in this? That's confusing me. Let's be patient. We'll be patient though, because he might be. He, you know what? I do feel like it's a little made up, but at the end of the day, they got to be around this man we haven't. So there's a chance that he is into other races, you know what I'm saying? But he's a trainer. He also works with a lot of different people. So he just might be open to dating whomever. Okay. I know, and it was only a mixer, so I really don't know how they be coming to all these conclusions so early, other than and we just don't see it for each other. That's the only conclusion that you should have about anybody this early in the stage. I tried to talk to him, he wasn't trying to give me much attention, so whatever. But yeah, I don't get him. Like I say, the way he attracts himself to Lee and their connection and the way they talk to each other, and even with Aries, he had a good connection with Aries. Like I don't know where they got that from. I really don't know where they got that from. Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds like some hate to me. Like he don't like me, so I'm just gonna say what I can say about him. Most of the ladies is not feeling Habibi Jafar from Not So Far. They not feeling him except for Tequila because she's drunk off herself. Tequila. She the only one that likes him or whatever. Now, Tequila and Janelle kind of get into it. Now, as I watched it back the couple of times, because I was like, here we go, Janelle, with you being petty again, and this, that, and the third. But, however, Tequila was talking and she was stating her thing. And I don't know if it's editing because when I look at it a few times, I can tell that they had mixed around everybody's conversations and everything. So I can't say none of this is in order. However, when Tequila was sitting here taking up defense for Jafar, that's when it appears that's when Janelle jumps in and states her claims. And of course, Sierra laughs about him being all these good things that that Tequila's saying. Now, here's the kicker about it though. Tequila was able to get all of that information, and we ain't never seen him talk to anybody with any seriousness. So there is some type of connection there that she has gotten past to find out that she said he take care of his kids. So I was like, he got more than one because last week known that he had a kid by a jump off 11 days after he met her. And I didn't know he was military. Didn't know that he was doing some other things outside of the saxophone because that's all he ever talked about through most of the editing that we got. So she managed to get a lot of information. So that means that they actually were doing some deep dive talking or whatnot. Oh, time for me to move a car. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me finish these final thoughts real quick because I got to switch cars around. It's going to take me a minute, so I'm going to have to shut this down. But like I was saying, she managed to get all of that information out of him, which is very shocking that she did or whatnot. So that means he was serious enough to talk to her, or she was enough to penetrate whatever boundaries he got up that keeps making him con around and acting a whole ass in front of everybody all the time. However, She's the one who sat there and made the first comment to Janelle. Janelle stated that what he did by saying what he said about her and him licking her boobs and all this stuff like that. Tequila was the one who's going to sit there and say, well, I got to know him, unlike some people like Janelle. You called her out. Okay? You called her out. From what I seen, you called her out. So when she get to calling you back and sitting there saying, oh, well, that's people's tops. Because at first I was thinking that Janelle was just being petty again by saying that. But when I went back and the editing has it as you're calling her out first, don't be mad and salty when she come back and say, well, that's your top. That's your top acting like this. Okay? So when they get to fighting, I have no clue about it. What the hell is happening? It's a whole bunch of mess. But whatever way, what the hell, Tequila, is you talking about? It's your color that makes them want you? What the hell? How did we even get there to say that the color makes a person? Okay. All right. Chad, we all got some more therapy to do because I got some therapy to do now that I watched that episode and you talking about some damn color got to do with the men liking Janelle. You don't think it's her personality? Because she's in between all the colors up in there. She ain't the lightest up in the room and she ain't the darkest. So what the heck is you talking about? So maybe that comment was addressed to somebody else. I'm not really sure. But that comment was left field, and I have a big problem about that because now we're not going to sit here and try to throw colorism and all that stuff up in there because we're already trying to fight that stigma in our community as is. So don't be sitting here trying to say that, oh, it's your color that makes people attracted to you. No. It was attitude, and your attitude was very off-putting to a lot of the men, let's be honest, because you were asking dumbass questions and then getting that mad behind the answers that they gave you, okay? And then on top of it, you're a lot like Habib, just be saying stuff, and not everybody like that. And to be honest, Janelle has a great personality towards the men. Might not be great towards the women, but it is towards the men, and men like that, okay? They like her personality towards them. That's what attracted them to him. So if that comment was directed to her, sis, wrong person. So I'm not really sure who you directed that comment to. But it was done. Okay? And that's how I feel about it. And I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all go ahead and hit the likes for me real quick because I got some things to do. I got to rearrange and move some cars real quick. And on that note, I'm out of here. You guys have a great night. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments down below if you're watching this on the replay. And Janelle and Tequila, this is both for you.
T-shirt, you done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.